Where I am now, better than before, through those open doors. Where I am now, where I am now, I'm in this special place. I'm taking all the grace. Where I am now.
It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you like to see us in WMVA 88.9 FM studio, WGPL 1350, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page or Miss Yolanda, the Lady of Hinton's Facebook page. And guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the world, all you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com or 1400 AM or 1350 AM, and you can hear us all over the world. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM, WPCE 1400, WMVA 88.9 FM.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Don't forget to tell them about Crystal Records One on YouTube.
Go to YouTube right now. Subscribe. CRISTO Records One, and get your mark on our page. Get your number on our page. Comment, share, like, and we will shout you out. And we will appreciate you for being a wonderful, wonderful friend and committed to FYI Radio Show.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, so Mr. E, it is Fun Friday.
That's right. It's Fun Friday. I just got paid, and it's going to be a great weekend.
Mr. E is like kind of cloudy, a little rainy, but nice. Our temperatures are going to be in the 90s, and they're expecting the heat index to be about 101 or 2. Serious?
It's summertime. It's summertime.
Yeah.
And we can expect that kind of weather in the summertime. We got so used to the cold. We got so used to putting on coats and hats. And now we're trying to get all under the shades and get out of the heat, because it's summer breeze, summertime.
Well, I wasn't complaining, but I sure was expecting the warm. I'm glad it's warm. I like the summer. And hey, there's air conditioning. There, like you said, trees, shade. You can go in and out. And, it's a way of surviving the summer. But I tell you what, there are some states this the E that I wouldn't want to be in because some of their temperatures
That's
are
right.
over 100 degrees.
That's right. So I advise you all to stay indoors. If it's too hot for your grandma, grandpa, for the seniors, make sure you keep them indoors and make sure that they have plenty of water. And if they don't have an air condition, get them an air condition.
Yes.
And some of them might not want an air condition, just like that fan.
Watch out for pets.
Yeah.
Make sure they're not out and just running about. Make sure they stay hydrated as well.
Now, if you see a bowl somewhere, you decided you want to feed a rabbit, you want to get,
Oh, don't say nothing about rabbits. Don't say, please, Lord have mercy.
you want to feed a rabbit or get some rabbits or squirrels some water, go ahead and do
What
it.
is it with nature now? You know, you can't even stop. And these rabbits and all kind of things won't even run. I had one jump me the other day. I
Oh, you
jumped right
did.
out my pot on my stomach. And then yesterday, I came out of on my terrace, and there it was one. I think he was gonna chase me right back in the house. But look, I'm like, nature is not the same, I assure you.
You know, because somebody has been, somebody been feeding them.
Something's going on.
The humans don't have so much compassion for these animals, and they giving them a bone. And I had a little boy live across from me, had a little a raccoon. He called it his dog.
Okay.
He little Hispanic fella. I said, you better leave that thing alone.
Well, I tell you what, we don't want Peter to jump us, animals. So we better talk nice about the animals and things. But anyway, Mr. E, guess what we have right here today with us?
We got the current job
Yes,
listing.
we do.
Yeah. We want to let our listening audience know if you need a job, whether you've been incarcerated or not, there are great jobs out there for you. Go down to Heritage, go down to Lowe's, Home Depot, and go down to McDonald's, and go down to Ford Motor Company, United Postal Service, Federal Express. Go down to the airlines. They're hiring down there. They got special programs for you, those who've been incarcerated. There are special programs, and there are special programs for those who need a job.
Would you say those?
For them. Let me put it that way. For those.
I like the word. For those that need a job.
That's the language.
That's just like serving dat tea.
That's-
We do a lot of D's around here.
That's what you call what kind of language is that?
That's Ebonic.
Ebonic. That's it. That's
Oh, I can't even get into that. But Mr. E, are you ready?
I'm ready. Bay Agents is looking for a FICO assistant, and they're looking for a human resource workforce development specialist. They're looking for an option counsel VDC. They're looking for a property site coordinator DG2 part-time.
All right, there go 4 kids again. You must not be going to get those jobs because here we have the educational coordinator needed. We have a family case manager needed, a youth coach, a housing specialist, an intake specialist, maintenance technician 1, prevention and diversion specialist, and on and on.
The Girl Scouts looking for a grant manager, and HRCAP looking for a pre-K teacher, education and training, and Nauticus looking for development and assistance.
All right, HRCAP also needs a human resource manager, right? Nauticus, development assistant, the planning council, respite care, administrative support specialist. They also need a care administrator.
The Young Audience of Virginia, A4L, looking for a grant and fundraising manager, and the Virginia Living Museum looking for a volunteer and a non-living collection manager posting, and the Guest Engagement Association.
Absolutely. The Hague School, they need a bookkeeper. Peter Paul, RVA, CEO of Peter Paul RVA. They need a CEO, absolutely. The Hague School, high school teacher, algebra, trig, oh my goodness, mathematics, you name it. They also need a biology teacher, 11th and 12th grade. They also need instruction to physics and IB Physics SL.
The Up Center, annual fundraising, the development coordinator they're looking for. They're also looking for the Hague. They're looking for a Hague School, looking for a high school teacher, fitness, health, and physical education.
Chesapeake Bay Academy, Development and Special Events Assistant, Lake Taylor, Transitional Care Hospital. They need a foundation administrative coordinator.
Suffolk Center for Cultural Art is looking for executive director, and the Virginia Children Chorus is looking for VCC marketing.
All right, make sure you all go to our pages. It's already there. You can go to LinkedIn. You can go to Edward Everett's personal page, Yolanda Hinton, personal page, FYI Radio Show, hosted by Yolanda Hinton. You just name it.
That's right.
Anything that has FYI on it, go to that page. Get the listing,
That's
share with family and friends.
That's right. Write it down. Remember, don't go back and say because you've been incarcerated that you cannot get a job. You can get a job today.
They added so many hundreds of thousands. I think it was 200,000 jobs last month. They added to our numbers. It's great. That's absolutely fantastic.
And they know that if you've been incarcerated that you got to pay some fines. So yeah, they said there's no sense of you coming out of incarceration, can't get a job, and you can't pay your fine, and you wind up back in there. So they got a special program, special grant money that they have. That a lot of jobs have applied for and got it just to help you get back on track.
Absolutely. Now, Mr. E, this is Friday.
That's right.
On Friday, what's in your closet? Issue concerning women. Today we have summer safety tips.
Summer breeze. And everybody's outside in the swimming pool, riding up and down the highways on bicycles, walking, just enjoying the outside, the beautiful days on the outside. So here's to kick it off. Here's what they say for the 7 summer tips for safety tips that they got out here. Stay hydrated.
Okay, it's going to be hot, and even though our temperatures are going to be, in the 90s, there are some states that are way up. They're talking about Las Vegas, 110, Arizona, 108. You all make sure you keep water, and don't, Mr. E, some people don't drink water in the summer like they should.
They said the average adult should consume approximately 8 cups of water per day. The average child should drink approximately 4 to 5 cups of water per day.
Absolutely. Make sure your children drink water. Sometimes children don't want to. You have to make sure these children have water in them, and your pets.
That's right.
As well.
That's right. Wear loose clothing. Fitting light clothing.
You can't tell some of these folks to wear loose clothes. These folks want to show those shapes, even if they are BMW.
What's up BMW?
Body made wrong. If they got body made wrong, they're gonna still, they want it tight.
Because they figure 8 they'll turn to a figure O. And they try to squeeze in it. Yep. So wear loose clothing while it's
so
hot.
You can be comfortable.
Yeah.
You won't sweat as much.
That's right. Dark clothes absorb the sun rays and will increase your body temperature.
Ooh. And can you imagine you have spandex, all that tight stuff and these tight.
And you can't breathe. By the time you get home and you get to the relax, you unbutton that button that already popped, and you say, oh.
Stay indoors at the hottest part of the day. It would be great if you just make sure you especially if you are a person that can't take too much of the sun. You got people on medication, Mr. E, that shouldn't be out exposed to the sun and things like that.
That's right. Avoid leaving children or animals in the car.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of people that do that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to run in. And when they run in, they get caught in the grocery store purchasing this, and forgot all about the dog and the child that's in the car.
We've had stories of a few children that lost their lives because the parent either forgot them or they just, just didn't care to bring them in the store, like you said.
That's right. And limited stamina outdoor activity.
limit strenuous. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we can't exercise. You know, I love the outdoors.
Not when the temperature is so hot. They give you special times. They said that the sun reaches the peak between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Okay.
Move your exercise routine to the earliest hours of the morning and later nights.
Yes.
Whenever possible, avoid doing strenuous activity in the heat, such as running, hiking, and sports.
Absolutely, because you can definitely have a heat stroke.
That's right.
You can really have problems when it's too hot and you're overdoing it.
Number 6 is what we had to look at.
Wear sunscreen.
Well, Lord.
Listen, you know, even though we have, melanin in our skin, and some of us, especially us brown people, need to make sure you put on sunscreen as well. It's not about tan, it's about the UVA rays.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. And don't forget to put some, if you're going to wear lotion, make sure the lotion you got is not real thick, because you'll burn yourself up.
Yes.
Understand the signs of danger. Look at the signs of heat exhaustion, including nausea, sweating, headaches, dizziness, to help others avoid heat-related injuries or illness.
I want to shout out Sheila Green and Miles. Where have you been? You know, I knew Ellen Miles, my cousin, would be up here today. I just knew it. I felt her. I felt my cousin, and I'm glad to see her. I hope you're doing good. We'll call you real soon. Mr. E is pointing to, like, I got to shout out my cousin.
Okay.
Anyway, we got some of the tips to share.
And Miles, hello.
Mr. E didn't act like he didn't want me to say hi to my cousin.
And Miles, hello.
But anyway, you all make sure you share, like, and make sure you say something so we can shout you out.
That's right. Here's some more summer tips, Miss Hinton, that we need to really pay close attention to. Learn CPR. Change your smoke alarm batteries.
But Mr. E, before you go past learn CPR, you can learn CPR all you want to, but you can't just administer. Tell us a little bit about who can administer CPR.
You know, if you are qualified CPR, and, you know, you got to really, really be cautious and careful, because sometimes if you don't get permission, then you can get yourself in a whole lot of trouble. With 88% of cardiac arrests happening at home, it's wise to be trained in cardiopulmonary, in other words, CPR.
Absolutely.
Many people who suffer from cardiac events appear healthy at the time and didn't have any known heart risk factors. Whenever you enjoy time outdoors at the friend's home or in your own home, no CPR can buy an individual precious minutes until the professional medical help arrives.
All right. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, learn it, especially if you're working with people.
That's right.
and things like that.
Are you walking down the street or sitting out at a cookout? And you know, because heat rises a whole lot of things, Miss Hinton.
Yes. Okay, number 2, change your smoke alarm battery. That's very important. That can save your life.
That's right. When was the last time you changed your battery?
Mine, look, I have an indication. When the batteries, I know this is high tech. When the batteries go low, honey, you know it.
You know,
it's very noisy.
Have you been over some of the folks' house and they keep hearing that sound?
Ooh, I have. I don't.
That's telling you. Change that smoke alarm.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know how people can listen to it. It just drives me a little banko.
Be a smart swimmer.
Swim smart. Learn how to swim, Yolanda. But let me say something about swimming, because they're doing stories now, Mr. E, about pool and water safety, ocean, going out in the ocean and things like that. You should know how to swim.
That's right.
You should be aware not only of the danger of sharks and things like that, but we're doing a story today about bacteria that's in the water.
Wow.
And so, there are a lot of concerns. You got to be safe in so many different ways, not just by learning to swim, but by what the environment is, if it's good for you to be out there in. we got to know a lot of things about the
That's
water.
right. A smart swimmer, here's what you got to understand. If you get caught in a rip current, one of the rip currents that'll catch you and pull you under, swim against this rip current. Don't
Yes.
swim directly in the rip current. Swim against the rip currents, and don't panic when you get caught in that rip current. Kids aren't the only one who need to practice safe swimming. Adults need to keep swimming safety in mind too. Whether
Yeah.
you're enjoying the pool, beach, lakes, or river, any body of water can be dangerous.
Absolutely. Again, wear daily sunscreen that will protect you from the sun rays. Even if you're brown or if you're dark skinned people, you need that, not the tanning lotion now, but you need you need the guard against the sun. Also, yes, stay hydrated is another thing. We talked about that already. Prepare an emergency weather kit. The weather gets crazy. We have a lot of thunderstorms. We have a lot of things happen. Last year with the thunderstorm knocking out lights, and I mean, it can it can wreak havoc. You got to make sure you have flashlights. You got to make sure you have raincoats and this, that, and the other. Prepare yourself for the storms and things.
That's right. That's right. Also, good morning to Mr. Chris Hinton. Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. Be a defensive driver.
Oh my!
Use insect repellents.
Wait a minute. What about the driver?
Every summer, more drivers hit the roads for vacation.
Okay.
With individuals still hasting to hop aboard aircraft and the road to abound to more crowds, when you're driving, put your cell phone away.
No texting.
That's right, no texting. He said, here's one of the things this cat said, put it in the trunk.
Your phone.
Your phone.
Okay.
If you need to avoid temptation and keep your eyes on the road. If you're tired, pull over for a quick nap, since dozing drivers can be just as dangerous as drunk drivers. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And avoid all, if you're under the influence, wait until you're sober before driving.
How about don't drink and drive?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Use insect repellent, which, I feel a little funny about that one. But, if you are out there with mosquitoes and things like that, you may want to use it. They're talking about, what's that disease? Malaria. They've got some cases in the United States. So you may want to, especially if you're in the woods, especially, by a lake where there are bugs, a lot of bugs, and a lot of mosquitoes. And you may want to.
They said boat safety. And one of the things that you said earlier in the sentence, number 10.
Yes, don't ignore thunder.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Do not ignore thunder when you're out there by the WATER.
Give us some information on boat safety again.
If you're out there on the boat, make sure you got gas in the boat. Make sure that the precautions of taking boating includes ensuring enough life vests. Don't just get on the boat and don't put your life vest on.
Yes.
Put your life vest on. Put your life vest. Don't just get one life vest. Have a whole lot of life vests and extra life vests. Yes. And watch the weather before doing your time on the water. Skip alcohol beverages when driving the boat. Yes. Stay hydrated throughout the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
It may be a good time to join a gym. It says move it. Physical activity is a must to stay healthy.
That's right.
So even though you may not want to be outside jogging or riding a bike, you could join a gym and enjoy the pleasures of the air conditioning and a lot of wonderful programs at the gym.
That's right. Eat healthy food. Yeah.
Eat healthy. Yeah. You can go for salads. You can go for lighter foods. You can go for, cool drinks that's made of fruit. You can make sure you get your protein. But they also talked about just recently, Mr. E, overcooking food on the grill. They said it brings out some toxins if you're just, overdoing it and just not preparing the food well, keeping it out after you cook it. That's a no-no. It could cause food poisoning and bacteria. And so, be careful of what you eat and how you eat during the summer as well.
On that note, Miss Hinton, they said cook food the same day.
Uh-huh.
Plan a picnic. Make sure you cook the food the same day to limit the amount of time a bacteria
Yes.
has to grow in. Viruses and bacteria are the most common culprits of food poisoning, which usually is just unpleasant, but can send you to the hospital
Oh,
if
my.
you're not careful. To prevent illness, practice the four food safety. One, clean, separate, cook, and chill.
All right.
And
Say
don't
that again, Miss E.
clean, separate, cook, and chill. Do not leave
Absolutely.
your mayonnaise jars in the heat.
Don't do that, and don't leave your food out there for the flies to just sit and take over. Ooh, have you ever been to cookout and both flies around?
And you got to fight flies every time you turn around. You got to, instead of you can't even enjoy it, but you got to fight flies.
It is too much. But make sure you all observe these safety tips. Some people, don't pay attention to, the weather. They overdo it. I see people that are out there working out, and they're just thinking that the sun is not going to affect them.
Yeah,
You can have cancer of the skin
that's
by
right.
being
That's right.
exposed to too much sun.
That's right.
And then getting back to water conditions and things like that, make sure when you're out there swimming that you think about what's in the water, sharks.
Yeah.
Not only that, bacteria and things like that they're reporting they're shutting down beaches
That's right.
because of too much bacteria.
Miss Hinton, and when they start, they go out there cutting them fish open and smashing, just cleaning it up in the water.
And that is not all what they're
that's
doing
right.
in the water.
And they got everything going on in the water.
Yes.
And you got to learn how to protect the environment. You just can't go out there and do what you want to do. Then, they had people out there petting them big old whales.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many things that you have to remember. But they're also talking about a lot of the storms and the flooding that's bringing all kinds of bacteria and
oil
stuff.
and all that.
Yes, so we really definitely have to, keep these safety tips in mind.
And keep cans and all that stuff from out of the water, because a lot of people like to go out there with the shoes off in the water. I know the last time I went to the beach, I walked out in the water and stepped on a beer can top, like to toe my foot up.
That is too much. But anyway, listen, we are so glad to be able to, inform you about some of the things that are going on. We have these safety tips. You can get them if you want to. We can actually just kind of like, if you look on our page, you'll actually see on our post a few pages of the safety tips. You can go up there and you can share them as well. Don't forget the current job list is up there. And you can get that as well.
That's right. Before we get ready to take off, Mr. To tell them about that new launching system, that new baby called Bullvic.
Bullvic, our new sponsor, Bullvic. It is a anti-bullying game created by yours truly, Yolanda Hinton. It's not a board game. You have to actually go on the internet to Google Play. If you have an Android, you can get the app there. You can also go on the App Store, all those that have Mac products, Apple products, for your iPad, for your iPhone, for your desktop, you can get the game Bullvic. It's B-U-L-V as in victory, I-C, Bullvic. And you can get the new game. I'm so proud, so pleased. Worked with a great team. Took about 8 months, Mr. E. And finally, it is out there in the atmosphere. It is just amazing. It is a good looking game. It is not for the faint of heart. It is just for kids 4 and up.
Yeah.
For adults, for families, you can play it. You can, it's just really wonderful. And I'm just excited and pleased that it was birthed through Me.
And I want to say congratulations to you because guess what? I got them on both
You got
devices.
them on everything, don't
I
you,
got
Mr.
them on
E?
both devices. I want to let our listening audience know. And it's not for the faint of heart.
That's right.
It's not for the faint of heart. What it's doing is helping our community to rise above mere survival, to be aware what brings bullying out of a person.
Absolutely. You can go again to Google Play. You can go to the Apple App Store, or you can go to www.bullvicacademy.com. You can get it there as well. God bless you all. Come over here for a little while so we can talk to you about that tea. And you all have a pleasant weekend. Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 on WPCE 1400 Peace 95.3, WGPL 1350, and WMVA 88.9, and all the social media platforms. And don't forget to be cautious and be careful and watch the weather, watch the storms, and don't forget to think safe. Be safe. Help someone along the way. Bye now.
Ooh, I tell you, I want to shout my friends out again. Miss Sheila Green, how are you? She says, good day. Annie Miles, she said, hello, family. Annie, for real. I knew you were going to be here on today. I've been missing you, and glad to see you. Ann said, you know better. What do you say? He knows. Also,
What's she
Sheila
talking about?
Robbins.
When I said something about a figure 8 turning to figure 0?
I'm not sure, but all I can say is good morning, Miss Sheila Robbins. How are you? Chris Hinton is up here as well. My son, his company, Beard Gods. You all can go and check him out. www.beardgods. That's BEARDGODZ. beardgods.com. Check him out. Check out his business, his products, and all the things that he do, as well as real estate and some other wonderful things. You all can find it right there.
That's right, and we want to say congratulations to him for all the things that he's doing. You know, Miss Hinton, we got a lady that's been a great supporter of us. Miss Sheila, what is her name? Always been Sheila Green, or did it just change? Or
Mr. He's still trying to dip in Sheila Green's business. Sheila Green, just inbox Mr. E and tell him what the tea is, because he is trying to find out the tea. But we really appreciate you all. Sheila Robbins, my dear friend, she's always with us. My cousin Annie, and all you all. Chris, thank you for joining us, and we just want to thank you for your support. We just want to serve a little bit of tea and some upcoming shows before we leave. Mr. E, what about Hollywood? What's going on?
You know, Miss Hinton, Hollywood is on a strike.
You know what? Snoop Doggy Dogg was talking about Hollywood and the fact that they are not getting paid for certain things. And they're talking about, online streaming and movies and things that they're doing, and they are not getting the royalties and the money that should be coming from these entities. And the thing about it is, what are they going to do? You had the girl, they call her Fran, is her name Fran Drescher? She is the president of one of the Hollywood agencies, and she's raising Cain out there about not being able to get the money due to them. They feel is due to them.
That's right. That's right. Miss Hinton,
and everything. Tell us about it.
You know, Miss Hinton, you be like everybody else. All these people are backed by unions.
Yes.
And because they backed by unions, and when unions back you back up, everybody seems to want to get on that bandwagon and be a part of what's going on.
Yes.
Listen to me. And the SGA, SAG, is the organization. SAG FFTRA, the National Order Strike. They
Yes.
ordered the strike. They said this: the national board voted unanimous to proceed with the strike, said Duncan's Crabtree of Ireland. They're coming all over the world. National directors of the union and chief negotiators said union members will go on strike at midnight Thursday and call on members to join the
Yes.
picket line Friday morning. Crabtree, Ireland said that the Alien Alliance of Motion Pictures and TV Producers remain unwilling to offer a fair deal.
Yes.
And so SAG board of directors decided to issue a strike order against the studios and streamers.
And that's what they want. They want royalties from streaming. If you're in a movie and they're streaming and they're getting millions of views, don't you know somebody's paying them for those views?
That's right.
But they don't have it in the contract for the artists or the actors to get, that money, the residual, money that's coming in for that movie.
For that film or for that, that they put out.
Yeah, so they were explaining it today on one of the stations and said how if they used to be able to go through TV and movies and it would go to cable and it would go to this, that, and the other. Now when you're streaming, it just goes to that one platform. And so that person that's streaming it, they're the ones that benefit.
That's right.
They are not obligated, because it's not in the contract, to pay anything else to anybody because of that stream.
When you get folks like Roku and all those different streaming companies, Fire Sticks,
Yes.
and then you get a movie like that,
Yes.
and they turn around and and play the movie, you can make Roku look good, and they're
whoever
not getting
owns
paid.
the platform and whoever's putting it up is the one that's benefiting. And so Hollywood is like, wait a minute, you all have definitely made our money smaller by putting movies and things on these streams, but we going to the poorhouse.
That's right. Miss Hinton, I want to serve some more tea. I got to drink me some this hot Lipton tea.
What is
on
the
this
tea, Mr. E?
They said not just cocaine.
Mm-mm.
The Secret Service revealed another banned substance was found in Biden's White House.
Now, you know what? Something is up with it. So, this is my conspiracy theory. I believe somebody's trying to do that to make things look bad over there because of what Beau Biden, has been, doing. I think that somebody's trying to target somebody to make somebody look
Who
bad.
you think is doing
I
all
don't
that?
know who's doing that, but come on here. That's just something is not right with that.
The Secret Service closed the White House. Cocaine investigators said it is not able to identify the substance. Now, they also said they tried to put it on China, that China done slipped it in it. And I'm simply saying that since Beau got away, since Beau allegedly got away, I'm letting you know somebody is slipping something in the White House, and the Secret Service and the dogs ain't found out who did it yet.
Okay, so that's another thing. Now you got all that security, all that, and you all don't know. You don't get your cameras don't show anything. Come on, look. Let's put this. I'm like this. Let's put this foolery away. Now,
that's right.
Because it's getting really silly.
That's right.
So yeah, that's some tea that I don't even want to drink, Mr. E. Let's go to the next tea. There's so much tea going on. So much going on. What about with Jamie Foxx? Somebody said he had a double out there. So he ain't still not 100% recovered, so he got a double out there pretending that's him. Now, y'all come up with some of the craziest stuff.
Oh, God.
What you think, Mr. You think it's a double out there?
Listen, I think that what Jamie Foxx is doing is he's waiting until he's able to come out. I don't believe Jamie Foxx will bring nobody out there, to do his movie.
Guess what they said? Ask the person to sing. And you'll know. And you'll know if it's Jamie Foxx or not. Because Jamie Foxx can sing. We all know his voice. So y'all go ahead and test the so-called double, allegedly double.
Now, they also, here's some entertainment. Jermaine Dupri. You ever heard of him?
Who is that?
Jermaine Dupri finally answered the $1 million question to the world. The world wants to know how he begged Janet
Oh,
Jackson.
Dupree.
Yeah.
Oh, Jermaine Dupree.
Yeah.
Begged her for what?
You know, he begged Janet Jackson, and you know she wasn't married, but
what do you mean? Women begged her to marry him.
Begged her about their 7 years relationship that put them on the list as one of the entertainment's most extreme power company. But now later he opened up about how he was able to bag the Pleasant Principal singer.
And how was that? Somebody please tell me. But you know, I heard he was a smart guy. You know, I heard he was a nice guy. She used to call him Stinky, but you know. But other than that, he seemed like he was cool. You know, people thought he was an odd. It's just like who is it? It's somebody else that's it was just like Bobby and Whitney, that odd. You know, it's supposed to be the princess and the thug. You know, it was almost like that kind of thing. You know, Dupree is the thug, Janet the princess. But I don't know. She was attracted to him for a minute, and then they broke up. Maybe because I don't know. Maybe something was wrong. She called him Stinky. I can't. You know, I don't know the inside scoop on that.
Here's an inside scoop again. We're gonna switch to Miss Whitney Williams.
What is that? Oh Lord, what's going on with
She has been smiling now.
Mm-hmm.
After after she learned her cheating ex-husband has been dumped.
Has
been dumped got dumped by his baby mama.
Guess who else is supposed to be dumped? I mean, not dumped, but have separated allegedly.
Who's that?
Tina Knowles and her husband. What in the world? Says she's not going by Lawson anymore. The name of her husband said going by her maiden name. What's going on?
Well,
in these streets.
Well, you know, some things are happening out there.
Ooh, allegedly, look, because I don't know if it's true tea, but that's what the folk on social media in these streets are saying. That Tina, they say, this is what they say, Tasha K and all of them talk about she better down behind Beyonce concert and all this stuff, tour, and don't have time for the husband, to cook for the husband. That's what was in these streets. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you know, T.J. Holmes is continuing his romance with Amy Rubach. Sources claim he divorced his estranged wife and is about to marry. His estranged wife is about to take a rough turn.
Well, all I can say is y'all keep on doing what you're doing. Leave me out of leave me out of this social media drama.
That's right. Let's go to the local news. Let's go to the local news a little bit.
Yeah.
Travelers are frustrated over renting cars at the Norfolk International Airport.
Not at the Norfolk.
At the Norfolk International Airport.
They don't have any cars.
They don't have no cars.
All right, Mr. E, I was just making that up. Is that true, T?
They don't have no cars, Miss Hinton. You must got a crystal ball somewhere. They said that travelers are frustrated over renting car issue at the Norfolk International Airport.
So sorry. I tell you what, that's a frustrating thing not to be able to get transportation when you land.
That's right. When you can't get out of there and go home when you want to go home, you know. And then they said buying one isn't illegal, but your internet provider doesn't want you to buy one.
Buy one what?
Buy one of these boosters, these Wi-Fi boosters.
Listen, I want to go back to the car for a minute because when I went to Atlanta, I actually got my car from a independent owner of, he owns maybe a few cars, and you can go through an agency and rent really nice cars. So look, somebody in Hampton Roads may want to go into that business of providing transportation. The money, I mean, they make so much money.
That's right.
And you may want to get into that business. I've considered it. My son has considered it.
And that's a good investment if you got cars here that you can afford to, someone who needs transportation and can't get down at the renter car. But then
Yes.
they decide to say, listen, I got some places online that you can go down here
Yes.
and you can rent a car.
Absolutely. Any more tea, Mr. E?
Miss Hinton, they're getting ready to tear down the Norfolk Quiet plan to relocate the historical Hunton Y.
What?
YMCA preserving organization paved a way. They get ready to preserve all of that and making it a historical thing.
What about y'all's Norfolk Casino?
Well, we're waiting for more information. Waiting for more information. In Virginia, one of the greatest girls who was an Olympic is ready to return back to the Olympic ring. That's Miss Gabby Douglas.
Come on back and see us. We haven't seen you for a while.
That's right. She's planning on returning back to the ring, the Olympics. She was the first.
Yeah,
to win.
What about the MacArthur Mall? Y'all go down to Dillis is now a bargain basement.
That's right. That bargain basement they got where you can get cheap clothes.
Well, it's not. Well, I tell you what, it's going to be like Macy's. Macy's, they have great prices and things like that. I think it's going to be like that where you're not going to have to pay the biggest price because Dillis is high.
That's right.
So that Dillis is going to end up being like a little bargain.
Here's another piece of tea that we can dialogue before we get out of here, Miss Hinton. You know what this piece of tea is?
Tell me.
They got this thing called O-Pills.
Okay, tell me what that is.
O-Pills is over-the-counter birth control pill. You don't need a doctor prescription. You don't need nothing. Just go into your Walmart. Just go into your CVS. Go into your Hertitas, into the pharmacist, and say you want some O-Pills.
I would prefer a doctor be attached to birth control. There are side effects. Sometimes they work for people, and it's just, come on now. At least go to the doctor and tell them, look, I'm going to buy over the counter. Just give me my test, test my numbers, make sure I'm okay. This is the brand I'm going to use. Let your doctor in on it.
That's right.
Even if you don't go to him but one time.
So what do you think about that over-the-counter pills?
That makes me nervous, especially for young people that, that won't go to the doctor. You just putting pills in you. You just don't know. You just have to be careful about stuff like that. Just make sure you keep your doctor in the loop at least one time, in my opinion.
You think we're going back to the days of old? We just go to the pharmacist and ask the pharmacist to prescribe some medicine for you, over-the-counter medicine, instead of going to the doctor. Back in the days of old, the doctor would come to your house with a black bag, got his stethoscope.
I don't know nothing about that. I won't there back then in the, what you call the century, Mr. E. I don't know nothing about midwives and all that kind of stuff. I never experienced it. I don't know. I don't know nothing about. Mr. E was born by a midwife.
I really was born by Miss Anderson. Was the lady who delivered me in the back of my grandfather's barbershop.
That is so cool. People are using midwives now, and but I've never had the experience, and I don't know anybody that's beside you, Mr. E, that's been delivered by a midwife.
And when I tell that, and I was in the barber shop, and my mom tells the story, had to go in the back of the, where the barber put them hot towels back in the day when they get ready to shave you, and had to boil that water for my mom to deliver me in the barber shop.
Oh, deliver me. I tell you what, but anyway, you all make sure you all join us this week coming up. We have some great shows. We also have After Dark show, which we want you all to join us for. Mr. E, some of the quote that's coming to us on FYI radio show.
Hugh Copeland will be one of them.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be one of our special guests, with the Hurrah Players. He's coming to be a part of FYI. Then we got the ladies and the gentlemen. Mr. Cedric Baylor would be with us on Monday. He's the Cowboys backdoor bandit. He
was the commentator for the Cowboys.
That's right. And then we got the ladies and the pastors coming on our ladies coming on our After Dark FYI on Monday. Then we got pool safety again. Then we got on the 21st, we got Mr. Dean will be our special guest on the 21st. Then we got on the, what's the day? The 12th? That was yesterday.
We have plenty of great shows coming.
Hugh Copeland will be here. Yeah, I said that.
Yes.
And we got great guests coming your way.
Absolutely. So I tell you what, make sure you tune in. Make sure you tell folk about it. Like, share, comment, and share our feed and subscribe. And follow some of the tips and rules that we've given to you. And don't forget to go to bullvicacademy.com or Google Play or App Store and buy Bullvic the game.
That's right.
Mr. E, how can folk be a sponsor? How can they be a special guest? And how can they be an intern with FYI?
If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor, all you have to do is inbox us at Edward Everett Facebook page, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page, or give us a call at 757-714-7861 and inbox us at FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com.
What's that number again?
That's 757-714-7861.
Absolutely. You all be blessed. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay hydrated.
That's right.
And enjoy your day.
Drink plenty of water.
Yes.
Stay shady. Put the air conditioner on. If you get too hot, get out. Put some sunscreen on. You'll make it.
God bless you.
Chew up.